talk about your divorce. And I was like, I don't want to talk about my divorce. But they're women that need to hear my story and need to understand that you don't have to feel the guilt and the shame that I felt just because you are going through a divorce. And of course, there's a lot of biblical teachings on whether or not divorce was okay in the Bible, blah, 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 Old Testament, New Testament, all of that. I'm not talking about that specifically. I'm just saying that I have a signature scripture that I call it Jesus's DIY to finding joy. And he basically says this. He basically says this: love me and the Father, and be obedient, and you will be filled. Do my will. Again, you have to read the scripture. I am just paraphrasing, and you will be filled with a joy that completes you. And I often tell people that your family is not going to complete you. Your husband is not going to complete you. Your children aren't going to complete you. For me, it's my faith that completes me. And it brings me. Now, yes, I was a serial dater right after that divorce, but then I learned that I had to put that on the back shelf, and I had to learn to be in his presence, to read the Bible, which I really hadn't delved into, to read the word, understand what he was trying to tell me. And that made all the difference. It's kind of hard to explain, but that just makes all the difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think you did a good job explaining it. I remember, so I was raised Catholic, and I remember when my parents got divorced, not of my mom's doing, of my dad's, really. She was, so in the Catholic Church, you get communion and stuff like that. And she
Hmm.
received communion because at that time in the Catholic Church, you could not receive communion if you were a divorced person. And I
Hmm.
just remember every time we went to church and it was time to receive communion, just the shame that you could see her carrying.
Yeah,